Hey everyone, I'm getting sort of a little bit of a treat this evening. I'm doing chores on my own, and normally I have both the little kids with me, but Ryan wanted to hang with them because he's gone extra this week, so he wanted to hang out with them while I do chores. And so I can take a little bit extra time to actually hang out with the animals, to do videos and pictures and all that kind of stuff. So I thought I would bring y'all along with me today on chores. Welcome to Permaculture Pastures. We're a hairstylist and a social worker who grew up in the suburbs and have no experience farming. So far, we've learned everything we know from watching YouTube videos, asking a lot of questions, and a whole bunch of trial and error. Our son is what gives us our drive. He struggles with severe sensitivity to toxins in his food and environment, and this farm began as our journey to give him a better life. All of the new laying hens are just finishing their first molt, which means every time we come out here, it looks like a bunch of chickens have been murdered because there's so many feathers all over the ground. But that's just because they're finishing their first molt, and most of them will start laying again soon. Some of them already have started laying and are fully feathered out again, but the rest of them are just waiting to lose the rest of their old feathers and grow back all of their new feathers, hence the look of a massacre. So for anyone who missed it, a couple of weeks ago there was a chicken farm that was closing about 2 hours away from us, and they were just basically getting rid of the chickens. The price was very, very good, and we had been hoping to expand our flock to about 600 birds by the end of the year through hatching and buying some chickens here and there. And we were able to go and load up a trailer with all of the crates and dog kennels and things that we could get together ourselves and from our neighbors. And we drove out there and we loaded up a bunch of chickens, and we ended up with 570 chickens, new chickens. So now we've got over 600 chickens, but they were in a barn before, and so it was a big ordeal to try and get them trained to being okay with being outside, and just everything was new and frightening, and they couldn't figure out how to find their own food and water. So we were a little bit stressed that we made a big mistake when we first brought them home, that we were never going to be able to get them to live in our mobile coop and know where the water was and everything, but they seem to have figured it out now. They definitely found the coop. The first few days that they were here, we had to fill up all of these feeders every day. They were all completely empty because they had no idea how to forage at all. And today they were all about halfway full, so they're definitely learning how to hunt bugs and find some of their own food on their own. This is the part that I'm really excited about. When I don't have the kiddos, I can actually go into the pig pen and hang out with the pigs more. Some of them are getting a little bit curious and kind of try and nibble on toes, so if I have baby strapped to my back, I don't really go in there. But today, I'm gonna go in and hang out with my piglets. Get away. No biting. Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Petunia. No, 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 no. Good girl. No, that's my foot. Good boy, dear. You're like Betty Ross. Oh, there you go. There you go. That's good. Crazies. The pigs have been out here sealing this new pond area for a little while now, and handsome blue. They're doing a really good job, and we're gonna see if it'll hold water. I think at the end of August we're gonna move them out and see if it'll hold water for the fall, now that we're past the really hot part of the year, once we get through August. And we're actually gonna move them to over kind of by where the sheep are and use them to clear out my parents' building site on the farm for their home for when they move here in a few years. So we're gonna have them just get to work and clear out a bunch of spots, and then we'll rotate them back through the ponds just to keep everything sealed. And that'll be their job, sealing ponds and clearing that area for the build for the next couple of years. That'll be what they'll be in charge of. There's not really anything to do with the cows, but we just come out and check, make sure they're all still here, make sure the calves are good, and you know, since we have magic cows that have babies when they're not supposed to, we just always check on that too. But they're all back here. This pond is the only pond that we have that on its own consistently holds water. So this is where they all migrate to usually around 11 and 4, and then again at like 7:30 they all come get a drink. Last chore, just watering my sad garden. Most of it I need to be pulling out to plant the fall garden. So there's only a few beds that I'm gonna go ahead and water right now. But we have some tomatoes, some squash, and cantaloupe. That's pretty much, oh, and peppers. That's pretty much all that is still growing right now. But I'm just gonna water that for the evening, and then I'll be done with chores for today. All of a sudden, I have a bunch of honeydew melons We'd only gotten one for like the whole year, and now there's a bunch of them. That's exciting. Cantaloupe, always cantaloupe. If y'all grow anything ever in the garden, let it be tomatoes and cantaloupe. The taste difference in store-bought and homegrown fresh tomatoes and cantaloupe will blow your mind. I didn't even know that I had a cantaloupe plant over here, but here's a cantaloupe. So that's pretty much it for me today. We don't have any really big outdoor projects going on right now because it's just too hot to do anything, which is also why I wait to do chores till the evening right now, which is kind of fun because I get to do it in really pretty light during golden hour. But chores are pretty light right now. We try and intentionally not have a ton of extra chores July and August, and then January and February, because that's when we're really hot and when we're moderately cold. I mean, it doesn't ever really get cold here, but so yeah, chores were quick today, but I just wanted to bring y'all along and hang out with the animals, hang out with me. Thanks for joining.